It's here. Box cutter. Today, we're unboxing your new home. Not just the house itself, but the entire process. The steps, the behind the scenes pieces, and what you actually need to know before you start. Think of it like ordering something online. You know what you bought, but when the box arrives, there are instructions, pieces you didn't expect, and things you have to figure out. Buying a home is exactly like that. I'm Heather Bradley with Ansley Real Estate, and I help buyers from Covington, Social Circle, all the way to Madison, Lake Oconee, Lake Sinclair navigate this process with confidence. I know this part is scary. When you call me, you're wondering, okay, what have I just committed to? Am I now obligated to use you? Are you going to blow up my phone with follow-ups and check-ins? Is it like a gas station where you feel like just because you stopped to use the bathroom, now you have to buy something? Here's how that conversation will go. I'll meet you where you're at and talk over anything you already know about your vision so far. Location, price, motivation, if you're already working with an agent, and setting an appointment to talk over your plan or go see some houses. Let's see what's in the box. Let's start with the first piece in the box, your finances. Before you look at homes, I'll want you to talk to a lender and get pre-approved, not just pre-qualified. This tells you what you can actually afford and shows sellers you're serious. Pre-qualification is basically an estimate based on what you tell the lender. Pre-approval means they've actually looked at your income, your debt, your credit, and they're giving you a real number. That matters a lot when you're making offers. If you already have a realtor, they can connect you with a trusted local lender they've worked with before, which helps everything move smoother. Also, just because you're approved for a certain amount doesn't mean you should spend it. Think about your monthly comfort level, closing costs, and future expenses too. Closing costs are fees you pay at the end of the transaction on top of your down payment. Things like lender fees, title insurance, attorney fees. In this area, they typically run anywhere between 2 to 5% of the purchase price, so budget for that early. Let's say you got approved for $450,000. But once we mapped it out, you were more comfortable around $380,000. It felt a lot better, and then you weren't house poor where you didn't have anything left. The next piece in the box is your agent. Here's what you can expect from any agent you choose to work with. In Georgia, agents must have a written agreement to represent you, and it must be in place before touring homes. That's not a me thing, that's an everyone thing. Don't be surprised by it. This protects both of us for the time frame that we agree upon. It's pretty typical to expect around 3 to 6 months for this agreement. A lot of people think they can just call the number on the sign or use whoever their cousin knows, and you can. But your agent is negotiating one of the biggest purchases of your life. So you want someone in your corner who knows this specific market. Your agent is your guide through the entire process, from finding the right home to negotiating and helping you avoid mistakes. Think of your agent as the instructions that came in the box. You could try to figure it out without them, but why would you? You want someone who knows the market, communicates well, and is going to advocate for you every step of the way. So make sure you like them. Now the fun piece in the box, house hunting. We'll continue to narrow down location, price, and your must-haves. We call these your non-negotiables versus your nice-to-haves. Non-negotiables might be school district, commute distance, number of bedrooms. Nice-to-haves are things like big backyard or an open kitchen. It's things you love, but you could live without or add later. And here's the reality. No home is perfect. There are always trade-offs. Maybe it's more land versus a newer home or location versus privacy. And I'll be honest with you, this part of the process can mess with your head. You fall in love with something, you lose it, you see 10 houses that are all a blur together. And that's normal. The first few homes are almost like dipping your toes in the sand. You don't really know what you want until you're standing in it. I've had buyers convinced they wanted one thing and they went a totally different direction and it worked out all for the better. When you find your house, it's time to make an offer. This is where strategy matters. We look at the market, comparable sales, and competition to structure a strong offer. When you make an offer, you'll put down earnest money. This is a good faith deposit, typically around 1% of the purchase price, that tells the seller you're serious. It gets applied to your purchase at closing, but if you back out for the wrong reasons at the wrong time, you can lose it. So we'll talk through that protection before you write the check. And it's not always about the highest price. Strong terms and clean offers can make a big difference. For example, a seller who's already bought another house cares a lot about a fast and clean close. Sometimes waiving contingencies you don't need or being flexible on the closing date is worth more to them than an extra $5,000. Once you're under contract, you've opened another key piece: due diligence. Due diligence is your designated window of time. In Georgia, is typically a negotiated period where you can inspect the home and back out for any reason to get your earnest money back. Once that window closes, you're more committed, so we use that time wisely. This is when inspections happen and you fully evaluate the home. Inspections almost always turn up something. It could be a roof that has 5 years left, an HVAC that's aging, some moisture in the crawl space. The question isn't whether something will be found, it's how we respond to what's found. Like this little broken toilet. No home is perfect, so we'll review the findings and decide whether to request repairs, ask for a credit, or move forward as is. This step is all about making an informed decision. Now for the piece you didn't even know was there. Behind the scenes, your lender is working on your loan and the home goes through an appraisal. An appraisal is when the lender sends an independent appraiser to confirm the home is worth what you were paying for it. The lender won't loan more than the appraised value. So if it comes in low, we have to figure out how to bridge that gap. Whether it's renegotiating the price, you covering the difference, or sometimes walking away. And quick tip, don't make any big financial changes during this time. No new credit cards or major purchases. I've seen deals fall apart weeks before closing because someone went and financed a truck or opened a new credit card. The lender rechecks your finances before closing. Don't touch anything. You know those tiny little Allen wrenches you get in a box to put everything together with? The ones that make your hands hurt? Closing day is a lot of signing, like a lot. Your hand will be tired. But then there is this moment when it's done and someone hands you the keys and it just hits you. That part never gets old for me. As we wrap up, you'll do a final walkthrough, sign your documents at closing, and once everything's recorded, you get the keys. And just like that, you've unboxed the home buying process. When you understand each step, it becomes a lot less overwhelming. Every single one of those pieces we just walked through, that's what's in the box, and now you know what to expect before you even start. If you're thinking about buying or have questions on the process, I'd love to help. And I promise your house will be better than this model home.